We should always strive to be better in anything that we do, both personally and professionally. The small things like going the extra mile or staying the extra hour are qualities that I've always believed in. To achieve your goals, you have to believe, challenge, and push yourself farther than you have ever imagined. The more effort you put into something, the better results you're going to get back. This extra effort can be the difference between creating something that is good and creating something that is great. When designing new weight blocks, one of the things that really handcuffs us are density limits. AI core technology and what has gone into the centripetal AI is we're able to take this proven shape, this centripetal weight block that's been in a lot of different designs, but now we have a little bit more freedom, make that centripetal weight block a little bit heavier and still get the ball to come out at the correct weight, which manipulates those RG values to get them even lower and raise that total differential even more. A few years back, we built a ramp to analyze ball motion through the pins. The ramp uses suction cups to attach to the lane, and it provides us with very consistent and repeatable shots into different areas of the pocket. Now, for every offset distance and entry angle combination, there's going to be a certain leave that's going to be the most common. Some areas of the pocket you're statistically more likely to strike, and other areas of the pocket you're going to be statistically more likely to leave certain pins standing. We know in bowling that none of us are perfect. With Summit and Centripetal AI Core, we really wanted to focus on those off hits. If you're close to around a 2 to 2.5 inch offset with anywhere from around 2 to 6 degrees of entry angle, you're going to strike a majority of the time. But if we increase that offset and reduce the entry angle to 3 degrees, which is about the average for a majority of league bowlers out there, the pins are going to move around a little bit differently and the percentages are going to change. Now for this test, we held the entry angle constant at 3 degrees and rolled 200 shots in 4 primary offsets to analyze the carry percentage of this new Centripetal AI core compared to one of the most proven combinations of cover and core in the Phase 2. Starting at the 3-inch offset, you can see there's virtually no difference in strike percentage. This is a very solid spot to hit on the head pin, giving us a strike percentage of over 75% with both bowling balls. When you're this close to the true pocket, the direction that the ball goes through the pins is relatively predetermined, and it has some room for error both on the left and on the right as it travels through the pins. As we change our offset to 3.5 inches, you can see we are now flirting with leaving a ringing 10 pin, and our strike percentage is now dropped below 50% with both bowling balls. You can see over 200 shots with both bowling balls, the Centripetal AI was able to kick the 10 pin out 7 more times compared to velocity, leading to an increased strike percentage of approximately 3.5%. As we moved the offset another 1/2 inch to the right to 4 inches, we really saw a significant dip in strike percentage to around 20%. This is a very sensitive area of the pocket and one we care about the most to get those extra hits between doubles. Depending on the situation, catching 1 extra strike can give the bowler over 30 pins of score. A strike percentage increase of 3% in this portion of the test will lead to higher overall scores in the long run. Our final offset was another ½ inch to the right at 4½ inches. This is where something interesting happens if there's enough entry angle generated. The strike percentage will actually go back up if the ball properly splits the 5/6 after the collision with the 1 and the 3 pins. From this offset, the pins move much more laterally compared to front to back, which causes more bouncing off the sidewalls and additional collisions. This is where we saw the largest difference in strike percentage between centripetal AI and velocity, with a difference of 11 strikes contributing to a strike percentage increase of approximately 5.5%. Compiling all this data together, you can see we struck 41.75% of the time for a total of 334 strikes with velocity, and 45.13% of the time with a total of 361 strikes with centripetal AI. Over the 800 shots, this is a strike percentage increase of approximately 3.38%. Now 3% doesn't sound like a lot, but over the long run, a few extra hits are going to give you an additional 10 to 20 pins of score on average over those games. These extra hits matter and they add up over time. In probability, there's a theory called the law of large numbers that tells us the more times that we repeat these independent events, the closer that our results are going to get to that true expected value. And the more shots that we throw, the more certain we are that our data is valid. These 800 shots give us a snapshot of what centripetal AI is capable of.